So, what is going on, my stargazers? I wanted to do this message, and just so you guys know, all the messages that I do are timeless. I do this more in person, so I'm starting to get the idea of how to do this more online and have this kind of, I guess, like this more organized way of doing this. But we're gonna go ahead and get started in this message. But I wrote this down literally because I was out and about, and something told me that I really had to put this message out. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If I do talk and I do stutter, please forgive me. I can tend to do that when I am, I guess, channeling or getting a message. Or so I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. So I'm feeling right now that it has been a little bit of a chaoticness, a form of you are always on the go. You feel like you have to accomplish something, that you have to get something done. And I am getting that there is a form of someone who has done this for so long that you kind of have like an addiction to the adrenaline rush. But there is a form of a high knowledge, a wisdom, because the fact that you can still do things last minute and get it done is what's coming through. But it's like you would barely maybe make it in a past self of yourself, but it's like you've gone to like not just barely making it to actually like making it with some minutes to spare, I guess, is the best way of how I'm getting it. But I'm also getting that the mind is everywhere. It's like maybe you are hearing, but you're not truly hearing certain things. And it's like memories are resurfacing. There's a flashback of maybe past memories, both good and bad. But it's like you have a higher understanding of how that happened. And it's like you have the capability of your mind to go ahead and withstand things, to not go ahead and corrupt you, to make you feel broken or to make you feel. It's like you've always find a way to be optimistic. What is coming through is that you need to learn to work with your mind and allow your mind to be now in this state. And it's like if things come in, you are okay if it happens with whatever comes in, and you are okay with what does not come in. And I'm getting that this is something that is really felt because maybe you haven't had that time to really feel okay or good. And the moment you attain that, the moment you finally get that validation from maybe someone who just walked into your life, and it's like, oh my gosh, like you get the taste if you did meet someone. But you caught yourself saying, you know what? This person may be a good person, but maybe there was something off. Maybe there was just, not saying that they did anything wrong or that they come from in a wrong way, but it's just like you could tell that they're definitely working or battling with their own demons, which is still fine. But it's again, don't just settle. And it's not settling, it's like, of course, put yourself out there, but put yourself out there to what you know you deserve and not what you're going to settle for. Because I'm getting that maybe a part of you has such a patience as well. I'm getting ancient and patient. So I am getting that this message is going to be for someone who is ascending. And I don't want to say ancient soul because I just want to say that it is a message for an awakened one. It's like you now have a key of knowing that just because you're awakened doesn't mean that you're going to go ahead and not have hard times in life, but it's like learning that your mind controls how you're going to act during those hard times. What else did I put here? Finding gratitude through times that are going against you, or it's just like being dealt certain cards. It's just like, can you change it? If it can't be changed, accept what it is, triple A, accept, acknowledge, accept, and allow it to basically like go through this, because it's an experience and everything is either, again, your mind, you could either see this as an experience that has either made you victimized, made you feel like you lost out, or you could say, you know what, I went through this and this, but I'm still going to keep going forward. Nothing is going to break me or destroy me, because you know what, in this one life, from what we know, why am I going to settle? Why am I am capable and I am willing to go ahead and go forward for the love of myself, for me being whole for myself. But I guess what I'm saying with this message too is kind of like when I said like you have to be patient, and it's just like I don't want to say that we get tested, but it's like we do and we don't, because I don't believe the universe tests us. I believe that, you know what, I say and I don't and I do, but we're being put into experiences that are helping us to evolve, to essentially awaken, to be like, oh, you know what, this doesn't feel aligned with me, this doesn't feel good, I'm not going to go ahead and settle with this. You're feeling maybe alone, isolated for sure. Confusion, frustration. One day you're good, and then one day all of a sudden it's just like you're not good. Also, something with the love is coming in, and I want to say this could be the love for yourself. But today, prominently, I want to say 24 was confirmation for me. The number 6, seeing hearts everywhere, seeing the birds too. Also in two, a white butterfly, a dragonfly. So these are things that you could be seeing. Those numbers could also be popping out right now, which is 69 and yeah, 69, because of numerology, that's 15. 15, 1, 5 is 6 in numerology. So yeah, I'm going to say either 69, 666, or 999. I want to say 1111 for sure, too, is popping up. But basically, like, two. And I'm not getting just like two, it's like one hole and one hole. My phone cuts off, and I'm struggling with the storage. I'm working on it. But I'm also getting a form of resurfacing of fears, anxieties, traumas, if you will. And it's giving that you have to go within. Stop and silence yourself and put yourself in a sense of grounding. But it's like build it in your habit to connecting, feeling the outside, feeling the breeze, but like grounding. Because it's like you have the source if you want, or Gaia if you want. It's just like however you view it. The trees and that are there to help you. Confirmation with Nina. This is about knowing that you may get offers. Confirmation. She's like dreaming, I think. She's the wise one in the family. Actually, she's really old. Like, she's a Yorkie, but she's like 18 years old, and I think they have a life expectancy of 16. So she's a tough one. She talks like she's like, mind your steps. Back to the message. It's you're always on the go, a form of procrastination, and the thing is, you were living in a way that maybe you don't have to rush, but it's like you have been addicted to maybe having to do that, or working it in a form of pressure, or getting things done, but you get it done. Now is the time to take a break, and you may not want to hear this, but I'm not saying to stop doing things, but it's like mentally rest, mentally do the work, as far as grounding yourself, as far as going within yourself, because anyone can give you the best advice, anyone can tell you all these things, and it's about knowing that you can find readings, and I'm not talking bad about any other reader, to each their own, different levels, different frequencies, different, you know what I mean, and the universe has a reading out there for exactly everyone at the right time for whoever's meant to cross their path. But what I'm saying is, know that there is so much more to, oh, the ancestors are going after this person because they did this wrong behind your back. There's so much more, and rather focus your attention on someone who may be talking about you. Talking, or this person did witchcraft or that. It's like focus on the part that you yourself are a divine being. You yourself are the source. You were never disconnected. And when you focus all that power on something like someone is doing witchcraft on you, or someone is throwing energy towards you, you are feeding that energy. So again, I don't acknowledge it. I know that I bring it up if something is there. And I guess what I'm saying is it's about you knowing that you will get whatever it is that you portray or how you see things. It's about literally embracing all these emotions at this time, finding yourself and truly understanding who it is that you are. You've ascended to your higher self to the point where you like now know. Or let's say, for example, again, if you meet someone and it was not that this person was anything was wrong with him, but it's like, you know, confirmation that they don't align with you or where you're going. If you are questioning to like, you know what, am I just wanting to go ahead and go on this meeting or in this relationship, or not a relationship, but like still talk to someone just because I got a taste of what it was to have attention again. And it's like, are you going to settle for that? Because it's about being okay with something happening or not happening. Because you were whole within yourself. And again, I'm saying that you have reached that level. But it's like, not saying again with the universe testing. I'm sorry, guys, if this message is everywhere. It's like popcorn. But hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying here. But it's like, you now are asking yourself that, like, is this for my highest good? You're going within yourself and you're asking yourself, because it is within yourself that is going to lead you to always knowing yourself more. It's truly about not giving in to temptation. Of course, be your authentic self. I'm not saying you should live perfectly, because the whole point is for you to live this authentically. And when you are okay with something coming in or not coming in authentically, that is when it comes in a higher or different way. And it could be in a way that, it could even be in a way that you did not expect, but in a much higher way and bigger way that you are gonna love. So for example, my dream is still to be on RuPaul's Drag Race, but I have chosen doing a career which is my own business. I've been doing that, and I also do the readings, but I do this more in person. But I have done this for a while, and I'm very good at what I do, and I may come off ditzy, but the words that again are not just said, they are experienced in my own way. But it's also just knowing that the only way you know these things is that you have to go through it yourself. And it's not saying that you should want to have to numb yourself, that you should want to have to go ahead and try to not feel things, because again, these emotions, they are normal. You're not supposed to have all the answers. Let the universe surprise you, and let the universe help you to evolve or awaken. But again, you could either see it as the universe is against me, or you could see it as the universe is helping me to align more. So it's like everything serves a purpose. But again, you choose where you're going to remain. But again, for this message, you have aligned, you have awakened. You could be seeing pink, purples. This reading is actually being done on the full moon. So there's a portal happening. And if this video found you, even if it doesn't find you on this full moon, and if you made it this far, thank you so much. Imagine. But it's basically like this carries the energy from this day. So it is definitely a portal wherever this finds you, if you believe it, because again, your mind. And again, just little fact, if you don't see the progress, the results right away, because this is what this message gave. It gives someone who is ancient patient, or just someone who has awakened, but basically, you're not someone who has seen the results. You've not reaped the rewards. You've not seen any progress within yourself. Definitely, maybe now you need to look at that now if you're not seeing it. But it's like, yes, if this video found you, you have definitely made progress. And again, progress is in your eyes. And again, you could either be the victim mindset, it's like, no, I'm not seeing progress. I need to be more harder, more stern on myself. It's like, don't be in the ego. And it's like, you can make mistakes. You are allowed to make mistakes. You're not going to have all the answers. I'm rather saying that, you know what, oh no, I need to be more hard on myself. I need to be like that. It's like, have an open mindset to know that, you know what, how else were you going to get there? You were going to get the confirmation. You were going to get a confirmation. You were only going to get to where you're going to get if you allow your mind to perceive it in the way that it is. So again, even when I lose, I win. So yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just leave it there for right now, but basically keep going. Right now, I am feeling that the energy is like, you know what? Today could have been a hit in the stomach. But face it in the sense of like, maybe you were feeling good, and then it's like, I don't know why this metaphor is coming in as far as like with the whole concept of like of having someone or having met someone, but also questioning, saying, you know what, is this really for the higher self of mine? Am I settling to go ahead because I have gotten the taste of that little attention and now I want it? But it's like, don't settle, keep going. And even though you feel down, from this point, this video finds you. Do what you feel you need to do for the love of yourself. So for me, I'm going to just say that I love myself too much to let myself go to sleep angry. So I will not go to sleep angry. I love myself way too much to go to bed sad. I find gratitude in all the things that may have gone against me. I find blessings in even those who came against me. And I find gratitude for everything that I feel, even when it comes to stubbing my toe on the bed, because that means that I can feel I'm alive and this is an experience. But ultimately, it's about experiencing everything and finding gratitude for it, because the very things that you don't see, as far as maybe feeling the sun on your skin, someone may not be able to have the feeling. Speaking, talking, as far as not being able to do that, you could probably do that. Being able to use your body because you have the proper structure, the proper height to do things. And it's just like finding gratitude. Even if we are individuals who may have disabilities in that, it's like finding gratitude in it, because it was not for nothing and it is not for nothing. And again, it is in the mindset to say that, you know what? I live in a world where miracles happen. I live in a world where God, Dios, tiene para todos. We're gonna pull from the tarot real quick, and we're gonna see if any confirmations want to come through. I don't know why I'm getting a thieving energy. I'm getting red, black, yellow. I'm getting a journey of basically more self-discovery. You are now past the progress of saying something in the mind. You are in the part where it's like now you need to be doing the action. I still think I give a triple A. So again, I'm getting accept, no, acknowledge, accept, and allow. Black, I'm not, okay. Black, yellow, red. I don't know why the tower is going through my mind. But I did say we had like a thieving energy, but we got this one. We are doing reversibles. We got the Five of Swords in reverse, and we got the Nine of Wands. And I'm going to start with the significant card, which would be the Five of Swords reversed. So again, I don't know if fears are coming through, like I said, but there's a form of fear or past exes. You guys could be seeing the symbol of an ex, or ex friends, people who don't align with you no more. Or like I said, you were meeting someone new and it's like they're not of your highest good. So I'm getting that there's someone here that wants you to forgive them, wants to come in. But again, it's just like if someone came into your life and it was like one thing after the other, it's like forgive and of course wish them well on their journey. And if it was not something that was pleasant, just be cordial, be honest, be kind, because why? That is authentic. And be stern in your boundaries. And going on with the Nine of Wands and the upright, this is a form of you having like been through it, and it's like you're barely like standing, but it's just like how I said in this, you may feel like you can barely, like, you have your good days, your bad days, but it's like regardless of what you have been through, you have been resilient, you have gone forward. Nothing has changed you to be bitter, and if you did have bitter moments, you catch yourself and correct yourself in that moment is what I'm getting. And it's again walking in a form of knowing, no longer hoping, because we are not in a world here in this collective of hoping. We are now in a world of knowing. So yes, keep standing. Have your boundaries at this time. Do not settle, is what I'm getting. And people come at you, act accordingly, be cordial, but you don't have to say your part other than just one time, and that's it. I'm gonna say it for that, girl. Here. So we have the Two of Wands in reverse and the Four of Pentacles to the side. You got to the side. Okay. So right now, this is a form of inner alignment. The fear of the unknown, and you are gonna have a fear of change. So right now, like I said, maybe you are wanting to go ahead and again talk to someone because you got a taste of what it was, because now that you have a taste, your fear of like, what if I don't get to taste that whole part of like feeling good of how it made me feel to feel like getting I got attention, someone who's actually interested or something like that. But it's like you need to be focused more on your personal goals, Joe. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm getting someone who is artistic. I'm getting someone who is writing. I'm getting someone who is a fighter, boxing. So I don't know. Whatever your aspirations are, I'm getting makeup artists. I'm getting hairstylists. I'm getting everyone who has a dream. A chess player could be significant. Or getting someone who wants to even do like a podcast, like a speaker, someone who's going to speak and whatever it may be. You need to go ahead and keep going. And I'm not saying that you cut yourself out, but it's just like, again, align yourself with the proper people. While you're doing things, the right people will come in. And you'll know that these people are the right people because they are doing something as well by going after whatever it is they want. You know what I mean? And again, with that friend coming in or however this came in, it's like someone is coming in to make you ask yourself, or you should be asking yourself, does this person align with my highest good? Okay? And yeah, with the Four of Pentacles to the side, this is a form of whatever this is. Whatever this heartbreak of downer moment of chaotic and good moments or high moments, whatever this was. I'm getting that this is a completed cycle of whatever. But face your fears, face your anxieties. When it comes to your fears, face the facts. And I'm getting, like, for example, whether it's someone with a fear of, for example, a sickness, it's like handle everything accordingly. But again, your mindset. And it doesn't mean that something is going to be what it is because, one, we live in a world of miracles. But two, it's just like there's no reason for you to worry or assume, especially if you haven't even checked or gone to do anything. It's like don't overstress yourself out. Be cautious now of whatever it is that you are wanting to do. Like love your body as a vessel. But what I'm getting to is that basically this is going to be a stable foundation, and the reason all this is happening too is because you already collapsed everything that you've gone through, and again you have been resilient. But it's kind of like you've been wanting to know when is going to be my turn. It's like the airplane has now gone from turbulent mode because it's ascending to now being like where you're like, okay, now it's calm. But it's like now that you're in this calmness in this higher frequency or this your dimension, it's like you're having to get to know yourself more in the way of how you have learned. Or basically the old self of you has died. So it's like maybe you've raised your standards. You no longer accept things that are below you. And if you are struggling with things like drinking or addictions and that, you have the knowing to want to go ahead and change, which is progress. But it's like you have taken the steps to make that change. And it's not saying that you don't have times you go back or you make accidents. It's like, no, but it's like you have been resilient as far as within your heart. You anchor such a pureness and a love that maybe sometimes you just don't know how to go ahead and deal with it. That you do it by numbing yourself, and it gives me a sense of now something has just been a bad habit because it's just been repeated. But I'm getting that you are going to get a form of help however this is coming through. But confirmation, a little tap, I don't know if you heard that, but it's just going to work out. But the point is that you are in the right place, you are in the alignment, because remember the labyrinth will give you false alarms when you were going the right way. So you are definitely in the right direction. I'm going to go ahead and give me whatever we need left. Yes. See. I said the number 15 earlier, and I said the number 6. Do not get scared, guys. This fell to the side, but the devil came out to the side. 15. Which reduces to 6, and we did say this in the message. So the number 6 is about responsibility and harmony. I don't know why, but for me, again, this is going to the whole relationship thing, or if you met someone. Is this of my highest good? Am I settling because I got the form of attention? And yes, it may suck if you have to pull away, but it's like you are learning your worth. And at this point, you are telling the universe, no, I love myself. And you know what? This person is a good person. Does it suck? And maybe did I text them back? Yeah, I did. And did I make myself look desperate? Sure. You know, it happens. But the point is, At least you're being authentic. And even if you did text this person and you know it was not for your highest good, at least you have the acknowledgement, yeah, you know what, I messed up. But you didn't mess up to the sense because it's like, again, you have to have this happen because it is going to help lead you to a point of being okay with something happening or not happening. And I'm not saying this in the sense for you not to have what you want, but I'm saying it that it is all there for you. But the first thing that you need to go ahead and have and do and love is yourself. 100%. And I'm not saying be selfish, but it's like, you know what you're going to tolerate, what you're not going to tolerate. You know that you are worthy of everything that you desire and that you are good enough, regardless of your religion, your background, your ethnicity, your orientation, your skin color, anything. You are a child of the Most High, and if you don't believe in that, you are still here, and you are just as much chosen, worthy, and loved. And it's sad because I'm getting that some people just hear it, and it's like, yes, you could say that these are words that are just optimism and that, and it's like, no. It's about, like I said, finding gratitude, realizing what you're blessed for, and realizing that, just because I don't have this right doesn't mean that I can't attain it. But be creative. Allow yourself now in this time to reconnect while you're in isolation if you are. But again, if you want to see people or put yourself out there, or they will find you if you're doing content or something, but it's like, this is about you being yourself and walking in fully, unapologetically. You were no longer the ashes, you were the phoenix rising. Let me get one more. Let me get one more spread. We have one more. Okay. We got the ace. We got two more. So we have the ace. Oh. I did say 11, guys, and that's right here for you as a confirmation, okay? Did I say 11? I did say 11 or 2, but I did say 11. But this is a confirmation, and this is gonna... Okay, well, we got the ace of swords, and they were both in the upright, but this is basically the breakthroughs. The mental clarity, and I said a world from confusion to mental clarity. New ideas, success, sharp mind. But with the sword, it's also giving me, like, with a crown too, like, being responsible to know, yeah, I did not come all this way to fall for this false alarm in this labyrinth as I'm going to exit. I don't know why, girl, but I can't. With the Ace of Cups, again, it's like I said, a love is coming in, a love for yourself. Remember, I said if you are struggling, I don't know if you heard that, but that's kind of scary actually. But I'm getting that for those who are stuck in something. And it's like you really just are stuck in something because there's a part of you that is. You already know the higher knowledge. We have a higher understanding. It's kind of gotten to the point where life has just been boring and it's just like life is like you see the bigger picture to where things don't align. But it's kind of spirits kind of coming through like saying like there's so much more for you to know and learn, and just because you may feel that life is boring or that you feel like you've already attained it, come back down to yourself and know that there's a difference between experiencing and thinking whatever it is that you know. Because you're cutting spirit or source off in the sense of like, even though you're not cut off, but he's saying like, you're not allowing me the opportunity to go ahead and surprise you. You have signed up for this because you were in agreement that this would help to evolve your higher consciousness, your soul, if you will, to a higher. My phone died, guys. I don't know how much time we have on this, but yes, I'm gonna leave it at that. Enjoy the journey. Don't be too hard on yourself, but be in that moment of always reminding yourself, whether it's putting like a sticky on the door saying, you know what, live in the now. And again, how bad is it that you want what you want? I want you guys to really give yourself a hug and find a younger picture of you as a child and talk to yourself and tell yourself that first thing that comes to your mind and let it all out. Yeah, guys, my phone keeps dying. I don't know how much time I have on this, but I do want to just leave it at that. That pretty much enjoy the journey, live in the now. You really want to see the results in your life. It's about being patient and knowing that you don't have to have an answer for everything. Allow the things to be experienced, allow things that cannot be changed to be felt and experienced, because again, as you become more enlightened or awakened, you will discover that it means that if things like that should surface, you are in control of how you handle or act with things. Yet you know everything about yourself in this new level. And I want to leave it like that, guys. The bottom of believe it or not, guys, but the bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. And again, I said the number six, so I'm not believe it again, like my grandpapa or my grandpappy would say, believe it or not. So whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to mean in the sense of public recognition. However, that's I'm seeing stars and my eye wanted to twitch. So I do want to say that it's coming through in a sense of like that is definitely like there for someone. Whether this could be on YouTube, on whatever platform. I'm getting someone who is gonna go viral. The word viral, victory. But nonetheless, there is progress and there is self confidence. And it's like you have walked into now, in this moment, you have walked in to a form of you now being that highest self of yourself that is now going to have a knowing of thyself. And it's also giving, take it easy right now. Focus on breath work, focus on changing your mindset. And again, it's in the sense of from being like, oh, I'm always getting this. Like, no, I'm gonna win, and even if I don't get that, I am still lucky. I'm here alive. Find gratitude, and yes, guys, I will leave it at that. The letter D, O G, O G could be the original, and yeah. So, you know what? I'm gonna do one more before the thing. We're gonna do an angel card number, and if 666. I'm just kidding. Not that it's a love number. It's a love number. And again, it's how you see it. And again, if do your research on the whole things and yeah, because that's the first thing. So if you guys just a little fun fact, the first thing I ever heard when I heard I guess like a voice, it was a voice because this has only happened like twice that I've heard someone say something. The rest I guess is like a knowing that I get of downloads and yeah, but the first thing that I was ever told was, are you going based on what has been taught? Or are you searching? And the first thing before that was, do you believe in me? For me, I have a huge connection to Yeshua, and the angel that I know that connects with me a lot is Seraphim. I'm also connected with Archangel Raphael. I would even say that I'm connected to dragons, fairies, and you see, my limit doesn't stop. But again, the limit does not exist. Mean girls. Shuffle this. We're shuffling it. We're shuffling it. Right here, because guys, I don't want this to go ahead and end the clock timing boot. Okay. Okay, 12, 12, 666, 777, 888. But I want to say 666, heavy on the 6 or heavy on the 9. I'm not making it up, guys. It was right here, like that. I'm not. I promise. Okay. I swear. It's moments like this that I really do feel like. Because I don't know. It's like I'm not crazy. And this is a heavy energy today. So basically, right here, it's being told to you for reflection. It's about going within yourself And if you felt that you were never good enough, look at yourself naked. Whether it be with your body or that, but it's just like no one is ever gonna have what you have. Your body is imperfected, or you may see flaws in that because it's what you're choosing to see. If you're choosing to say, "Oh, I'm fat," then that's what you're gonna see instead of saying that, you know what, I'm pretty, I'm hot, and I'm thick in the right places. Could I maybe go down a couple pounds? That's up to me. But you know what? Right now at this point, I don't feel like I have to, nor should I have to. So the angels here are telling you, when you allow time for reflection, you allow yourself to see where inner shifts are needed. It is time for you to look at your beliefs and ask, is this serving me? Or is it time for me to release this? Reflect, refocus, and readjust. And now they're taking me back to the triple A. So instead of triple A, which is like acknowledge, accept, and allow, to now being at a point where you are on the reflecting, refocusing, and readjusting. Your affirmation is, as I refocus on what serves my highest good, I feel myself shift into my highest self. And again, guys, this card just really did pop out and was just know that if you found this reading and this reading found you, I really hope that you believe, and I've seen progress in my life, and I promise you, as long as you're putting the steps, and I'm not going to say work, but doing things that you love and using that to better yourself, to better things around you, to help others, you will always see a difference because you have gratitude for the things that have come against you. You have lost some of the most beautiful things that are irreplaceable, but you keep going and you have kept going. I want you guys to know that you guys are beautiful, you are deserving, and you're not one in a million. You're not one in a billion. You are one in the universe. Good night, Stargazers.